Welcome to Season 3 of Valencia. This will be the final season of this save and we are going to go for broke. We won La Liga last year. We won the Europa League last year. We won the Copa del Rey last year. There is one major trophy left for us to try and achieve. And this season, we go for it. We've obviously gotten a sizable budget from our successes last year, currently sitting at 106 million. But as you'll probably be able to tell from the title of the episode, or I think I'm going to title the episode this way, we're going to sell Salah, which I know a lot of you will be pleased about. So selling Salah, basically to help fund our Champions League title attempt. So we're looking to replace Cam. We're going to sell Correa and we're looking to replace at right back. I'm looking for an upgrade at centre back. And if funds stretch, we will go for a centre mid as well. We have offered Javi Guerra a new contract, so he has extended at the club, but I am probably open to a Javi Guerra sale if the right bid comes in. We've got Capete on the transfer list, Puado on the transfer list, Iosi on the transfer list, and Chiquete as well. So we may well be potentially in for a striker too if finances stretch, if scenarios allow. So at present, we're going to head towards the European Super Cup against Real Madrid, which we'll obviously lose because we've lost against Real Madrid every time we've played them in this save so far. But hopefully Season 3 will be different for us. I'll show you the names on my shortlist at the moment. I've got some unread messages here. Oh, this is just people responding to the fact that I've put them where I've put them. Now we've got the money side of it sorted. Yeah, you're a bit of a greedy boy, aren't you, Mr. Javi Guerra? A bid for Correa, a bid for Luis Muntianu. Now, he was obviously an unbelievable goal scorer for us last year, but at 80 rated at 25 years of age, I don't know what his potential might well be this year. I could actually tell by having a look in here. So you can't tell from your own squad hub. But if I have a look at Luis Muntianu here, it tells me this potential is 80 to 85. So he might not grow. But I think it's probably clear from the quality that he showed last year that he's almost certainly going to grow. Another good tell is his development plan. And it says that he will grow by at least one within the next 20 weeks. So there is growth from Muntianu to come. And he is next level. And I don't think selling him now is the right thing to do. I think Muntianu is going to stay for the time being. Because, well, he's just an absolute goal-getter, isn't he? My shortlist looks like this. Right back, I'm looking at Mingueza or Tino Livramento or Reece James, who's currently at PSG and back up to Hakimi. He's also in the last year of his contract, I think, Reece James. Tino Livramento is in the last year of his contract into one of the two. Mingueza is obviously the Spanish option. Livramento moved Season 1, so he's been at Inter for 2 years, so he's open to the move. At centre-back, we're looking at maybe Van der Ven, but more likely Hausen or Buongiorno. At Real Madrid, you remember they had a pre-gen of Upamecano when we started Season 2. Well, now they have a pre-gen of the pre-gen. So they've got Lecoq, who's 88 rated, and they now have a 96 rated player at Real Madrid as well. His name is Busquets. I shall show you him here. He's appeared... Jimmy Busquets has appeared as we've begun this third season, and he's on 700 grand a week, and he's valued at 250 million. And they are his stats. 99 stand tackle, 99 slide. Yeah, so Dean Hausen isn't getting a look in. With those two French pre-gens and Upamecano and Virgil van Dijk, an 85 rated Dean Hausen is getting no football. So if I've got the money, I'll go for him. If we don't have the money, it will probably be Buongiorno. In the cam position, we're actually going to look for Morgan Gibbs-White, who's in the last year of his contract at Forest and has been very good for Forest. And I like the idea of giving him the opportunity to play at the top end of European football. Eze is very appealing as well. Arsenal are not playing him. Ahmad is not getting football at Manchester United either. Trincão's just good. I am thinking also about Georgi Sudakov in midfield. He too is in the last year of his contract. And whilst at Cam he is obviously going to be unreal, he does have half-decent defensive stats as well. So if Javi Guerra goes, or even if Javi Guerra doesn't go, Georgi Sudakov could be an option. Ferran Torres is obviously top, and doesn't play for Barcelona. He got 2 games in La Liga last year. 2. They also have Fermin, who's an option as well, potentially at Cam. He didn't get much football at Barcelona last year. Dani Olmo's their option at Cam. And then I got Diego Lopez on the shortlist because he's Diego Lopez. But Liverpool won the Premier League last year and he's also all of my budget. So Diego Lopez is not coming back to Valencia. I'm afraid. I apologise. It's not possible. So Real Sociedad have offered me 5 million quid plus John Pacheco, so that's going to be an absolute no. Montiano I will reject for now. I think we want to keep, I'm almost certain we want to keep Montiano. At the minute, every other striker on my shortlist, every other striker at the club is on the transfer list. I'm going to negotiate this. I would like to sell Correa to improve at right back, but I do not want John Pacheco. I would like a sizable fee. I know he's 28 years of age, so maybe you give me 28 million for him. Yeah? Yeah! Yes, please! That'll do very nicely indeed. So we need to raise the funds first before we can really afford everybody that we want. But we know, in most cases, what players we want. And then it's a case of just seeing how far money stretches. 15 for a Greenwich. They'll pay 15 for a Greenwich. We've started well with the sales. We just need to see if the incomings will have a similar level of success. Now, Marseille are intrigued in a Greenwich as well. Obviously, we're open to the sale. I'll try and get a little bit more. Maybe they'll say yes to that. No, they're not willing to go above what they've already offered. And if they don't come close to the 15 million we got previously, then we'll just say no goodbye. That's a no goodbye. Why would I accept a bid lower than one that we've already had accepted from Celta Vigo? Yes, it's to a direct league rival, but no, I don't think it would really affect our ability to get the win against that team. Oscar Dominguez wants a new contract. Good luck, mate, is all I can say. We do need to... there's been a bid for Reece James, intriguingly. Well, Reece James was a player that was on our shortlist but wasn't the go-to at right back. If there is a bid for Tino Livramento that goes in, then maybe... intriguingly, it's Inter that are going for him. Well, let's get Tino Livramento now to ensure that Reece James goes to Inter. I mean, that's a no-brainer. Weird that Inter... I mean, they're letting Tino Livramento's contract run out. So, they're going for Reece James instead. 49.6 is more than I would like to pay, considering the nature of my current transfer budget. We know we want to sell Salah. We know we can get a decent fee for Salah. I'll certainly take Tino Livramento for £45 million, though. €45 million even. This would certainly be an upgrade in the position. And absolutely would be the quality we'd be looking for to give us the chance to challenge for the Champions League this year. Wage-wise, you can have €65,000 a week. He's currently on 42.5, so he should just accept that, and indeed he does. Tino Livramento is signing numero uno in this transfer window, but let's be honest, we're going to be doing more than that, aren't we? Please do drop the video a like, by the way, if you're enjoying this save and looking forward to this final season at Valencia. Not yet sure what's going to replace this save. It depends how well the Football Manager content goes down. FM will be coming to you very soon indeed. I'll be live streaming it all day Friday. And then depending on how well the FM content does in video format, depends on whether we replace Valencia with another FC save and have FM content, or whether FM content just does well enough to be the go-to 6 PM slot. We shall just have to wait and see what happens with your guys' reception of that content. But that's a time will tell thing. For now, though, we've already got Tino, and hopefully, maybe I should have potentially waited until this happened, but it has now happened, so it doesn't matter. Tata Thierry. Napoli have bid for Ayothi Perez, who is continuing to drop now. That was a signing that looked really good at the time of doing it, but the injury just kind of set him back, unfortunately, and then obviously Montiano stepped in and stepped up. I can't remember what we paid for Iothi, really, off the top of my head. Oh, okay. Napoli aren't willing to go any higher than where they currently were, to be fair. I probably should just accept anything I can get for Iosi Perez, shouldn't I, really? This is going to be a Greenwich leaving and going to Celta Vigo. Thank you, Philip, for your service, sir. You're a solid squad midfielder, but if we can significantly upgrade, then I think we should significantly upgrade. Barcelona bid for Salah. 30? Oh, I was going to say, it's 30 plus Camuzzo. Well, if Barca are interested, do I maybe try a Ferran Torres swap then? Do I just do a straight swap? I'm probably going to need a bit of money though, aren't I? I mean, a straight swap is probably my best chance of getting Ferran Torres. Let's try a straight swap. The additional fee you're asking for? Ah, bugger. All right. It was worth a go, considering Ferran Torres was one of our go-to players. Not a problem. We'll just have to sell Mo Salah to someone else. And that someone else might be PSG, who've immediately come in for him. They've offered me 64.6. That's more like it. It's just over his valuation. I mean, he's 35. I know he's 89 rated, but he is... maybe the other way around. I know he's 35, but he is still 89 rated. So... will you? No. I'm going to take it. I don't want to risk losing that deal. Abate for a 2-year loan would be great as well. That'll give him the first team football he needs to potentially grow. Oh, Capete. 15.2 for Capete is actually a decent fee. But if we can get 18, then I'd like 18. And they'll pay 18. Alright, this is going well at the minute. Ingolstadt, no, you can just for a loan, please. Nieto, no. I'm not going to look to sell him. I'm going to need the squad numbers. I might even have to send a youth scout out to find some decent youth players to fill in some squad positions for us. So I'll look into doing that in a moment as well. Capete now has a bid from Marseille as well. They recently weren't willing to match the valuation of someone else that we had also negotiated a previous fee for. Will they be willing to do this one? They are. Okay, thank you. So that could be 18 million there. That could be 65 million there. Obviously, we won't get all of it into our transfer budget. I'm going to look to send my youth scouts out now so that I have the opportunity. That's Mo Salah going to Paris Saint-Germain. Money! Right, okay. Now we have a better idea of what our transfer budget is going to look like and what we can do, theoretically, with the replacements. Morgan Gibbs-White was the go-to. Cambiasu's 82 rated. Can he keep growing? No, he's absolutely peaked at 82. Okay, fair enough. Right, we're getting there, slowly but surely. Salah sold, 57 million into the transfer budget. 2 more further bids, one for IOC as well. 16.6. I'm just going to accept that then for IOC because I don't think we're going to get anything more than that or nothing substantial. Right, now I need to have a serious think about what happens next. I'm also going to send my youth scouts out. Right, this is Capete leaving then. It's just a case of where he decided to actually go. Girona, he's going to stay within Spain. That's fair enough. Be nice to play against him for Girona. It's a B-rated deal. We'll take 18 million euro there. Bid for Puado, who we are looking to sell, who was unbelievable when we first signed him season 1 from Espanyol, and then last year was just dead, really. I don't mind selling him to Atleti either, because I don't think he performs well enough for Atleti to warrant us regretting selling him there. If they give me near 30, that would be great. And they will pay 30. Okay, so we're getting to the point now of finding out exactly how much money we're going to have to spend on those key positions. Is this going to be... oh no, this is IOC Perez leaving. So that's fine. IOC to Real Sociedad for 16.6. We're going to have close to 200 million here, I think. Once the other deal goes through as well. Chiquete potentially to Aston Villa as well is another deal that could hopefully maximise our potential incomings this window. 16, I think, is a decent enough deal there too. Abate, a 1-year deal to Ingolstadt, they will be happy to do. So he has his choice of potential destinations as well. Now Frankfurt have bid for Chiquete. I'll just reject him. He'll go to Villa. That's fine. Frankfurt aren't going to outbid Villa, are they? Let's be honest. So we've actually, how many players have I got left in my squad? I have to be careful here that I don't run out of room, and I have enough people to still be able to field a team. I do at the minute. So Chiquete is going to go, and Abate is going to go out on loan. And Puado too. Okay, I'm going to need to call up a youth player. I don't have any youth players. Fair enough. Let's just wait and see what happens. Then we might need to bring someone in before we let someone else go. If this is going to be Puado, which is the more sizable fee, which it is, then that is fantastic. So Javier Puado is going to Atleti. Let me go now and bring in Morgan Gibbs-White, because I know that I want him. I was really torn between Gibbs-White and Eze and a couple of others actually, but Gibbs-White just makes sense. I mean, those technicals are very good. And again, he's not the we do like to sign players that aren't necessarily the more obvious and ones that are a bit more organic through the save, through the nature of the save. And with his contract expiring at Forest, you want Francaise? I'm going to say no to that, actually. What is that a total deal of? 41-ish million pounds. Well, they said no to... What did I offer? 37 something. If they'll accept just 39 million, which they will, then that is as no-brainer as they come, really. He's on a lot wage-wise at Forest, but he might, coming to Spain from the Premier League, be open to a bit of a wage cut. We'll have to propose a release clause. Obviously, we'll make it rather sizable. They want 90, 100, they want 94. I'd rather it was like some... It's going to have to be 107.5 or so, which they should accept. No? Okay. I'll just accept 94.5. It's fine. It's not a problem. And then wage-wise, hopefully he'll take a wage cut. I'll give him a signing bonus as well of like 800 grand. Will he accept that? He will. Morgan Gibbs-White joins and fleshes out the squad enough that now the others can also go that we're selling too. It's a shame he hasn't got an updated star head, but it is what it is. And Morgan Gibbs-White is certainly going to do a great job for us in that central role. I wanted someone that was technically adept, and he certainly is technically adept. And I think we're going to be able to get Sudakov and Hausen as well, potentially, with the way that this transfer window is currently lining up. So this is turning into quite the opening to Season 3 here. And I do pray that we're building the squad that would be capable. That's Chiquete going to Villa. I think we're building a squad capable of winning the Champions League, because let's be honest, we're not going to put much focus on the Copa del Rey at all, and I'm not really going to put much focus on La Liga either. We'll try and retain the title if we can, but the main aim is Champions League now, and it has to be. So that's what we're going to try and do. How much money have I got left? 180 million. 180 million left, with just Abate really to go out on loan, and that's it. So 180 million. The 80 would probably get us Hausen, which would leave us 100. 100. I could spend just over half that and get Sudakov, and that would leave us in a position where we would then have some money left for January. I'm going to try and get... I need the centre-back first. Let's try and agree a deal for Hausen. Or do I go for Buongiorno because he's cheaper and try and save a bit of money? Well, Hausen's going to get no football. But Hausen is certainly a player I could use in a later save, like the RTG or something like that. So maybe we go for Buongiorno based on that. Maybe Dean Hausen is like a target centre-back for the RTG with Cambridge. The fact that we still have other potential dealings we want or might potentially be looking to do. I'm going to say no to Hausen, even though he's going to get bugger all football. 72.9. Can I have him for 60? I don't really want to go much higher than 62 or 3, really. If I'm going to pay 65 for Buongiorno, I might as well pay 65 for Hausen. I'll accept this for now, because we haven't confirmed that. Oh my god, I could loan Dean Hausen. Because of the quality of those pre-gens, they'll actually let me loan an 85 rated Dean Hausen. Done. 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 That saves some money, doesn't it? Let's wait and see if Dean Hausen accepts the loan deal. Oh, okay. This squad could get significantly better then. That is going to be Abate going out on loan. If we were able to loan in Hausen, that's literally saved us tens upon tens upon tens of millions in buying a centre-back. Holy moly. Holy moly indeed. Yeah, I know. Hang on. Just hold your horses a second, mate. Just waiting on something. No, you're not having a contract, mate. Go on. Go on. Well, this, I guess, is the benefit of those double pre-gens, is that then I'm able to loan in someone that's 85 rated, which is ridiculous. Dean Hausen, welcome to Valencia for a year, pal. Boah! At this stage, I do need another striker, regardless of whether they're first team or second team. And I need a winger too. So I need a striker. Potentially a starting striker, although Montiano obviously deserves the first team spot. We're fine at centre-back. We're fine in centre-mid, probably. I am currently scouting for more youth players as well. I basically need a striker and a winger to fill out the squad. We don't really want to have like two first team players in every position, like we have done in other saves previously, because I do feel like that's probably a bit overkill right now. So how much money have I got in my budget left now? 175 million euro. I would be silly not to bring in Sudakov for about 60. He's in his last year of his contract. I'll offer them 55, and they might even just say yes to that. Now they want the 70. I mean, it still leaves me over 100 left in my budget, and they'll accept 60. Georgi Sudakov is going to come in as well. He will probably start ahead of Javi Guerra, which gives me great depth in midfield. Release scores of 152. That's absolutely fine. It's not a problem. And then you can have like £65,000 a week and a £1 million signing on fee. Is that all right? That's all right. Georgi Sudakov joins from Shakhtar Donetsk, and we have ourselves another fantastic new signing for the club. Now we need to figure out what we're going to do elsewhere. Maybe we go and play that. I'm going to take Firmino off. Ferran Torres is still. I mean, Ferran Torres to come in and lead the line, is that something we could do? Is that something that makes sense? Ferran Torres to come in and play at striker? Maybe. Play at striker or winger. Oh, I don't know. I'm really torn as to what to do on the Ferran Torres front. So at the minute, I have 111 million euro left. And so much has happened in this window. I might just call it here for now and wait and see what you guys say in the comments section. Because I have absolutely no what to do. We're going to call this one here. And I'm going to discuss everything at significant length with my live chat. And then We'll take comments from the comment section as well. And we'll figure out what the hell's going on after that. But right now, that starting lineup is significantly improved. Whether that starting lineup is good enough to win the Champions League, I don't know. I could sign a winger to start ahead of Fati, but Fati was really solid last year. But if I sign a winger to start ahead of Fati and Fati drops to the bench, that is great squad depth. I think basically we need a winger. We need a winger and a striker, or someone that can play both. Logic would dictate Ferran Torres, but I shall garner opinions first. Oh man! What a window. I'll see you tomorrow.